What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Jeff Reviews coming back to you with another video. And today I want to recap what happened on Monday Night Raw, especially the segment with Drew McIntyre and CM Punk and all that stuff. But before I get into that, let me just dive in with the King and the Queen of the Ring tournament round one. This was a very interesting round one, I'll say, for the men's side. For the women's, it was hit or miss, for the most part. I'll say for the women's, I'll just dive on it right now. That Lyra Valkyria, how you pronounce it? Who just came from NXT. Sorry if I botched her name. I think she put on a hell of a good performance and all that too against Dakota Kai to qualify for the next round, and to see her debut to save Becky Lynch against Damage Control when Liv Morgan left out and didn't want to help her and shit like that. I felt like she definitely showcased her talents and so that she could be a legitimate threat, on the women's division on Raw. So I can't wait to see how much she brings to the table when it comes to that. So I'm looking forward to it. What else women qualified as well? Io Sky, I think she beat Natalia to also qualify as well on the women's side of the tournament. So I feel like that's all I can remember at this point. And then for the men's side, we have some bangers on there, man. Ricochet versus Ilya Dragunov. Oh my goodness. Ilya Dragunov, ladies and gentlemen, if you did not see his performance in NXT, I'd advise you to take a look at some of his matches there. Watch what the hell he's doing right now on his main roster. When we had got a dose of what Ilya Dragunov could do the night after WrestleMania when he went against Shinsuke Nakamura, man, listen, he put on a performance for only to be like 3 or 4 minutes, for the match. He made those 3 or 4 minutes worth it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the best is yet to come for this man, and I can't wait. I promise you that he's going to be a real problem on Raw. Mark my words. But him and Ricochet, they put on a hell of a match. Props to Ricochet as well for just being a high flyer, selling, all that stuff, man. Definitely gotta get his respect. And also, just now, Sheamus versus Gunther. Oh man, they just put on banger after banger after banger after banger after banger, and everybody was anticipating for them to be at the final round of the tournament, to determine who's going to advance. So to get them in the first round, it was kind of a bummer, but they never disappoint as always. It was back to back, heavy hitting, all that stuff. Like Sheamus really pushed Gunther to the limits, and it speaks a lot to how much those two, the chemistry in that ring, you cannot beat that whatsoever. But props for Gunther putting him in a one-legged crab, and then getting Sheamus to tap out and all that to qualify for the next round. So he did a hell of a good job, man. So I give props for Gunther to do his thing, and he's gonna go on to face the winner out of Rey Mysterio and Kofi Kingston. I believe I think that match is happening next week, if I'm not mistaken, because it didn't happen on this Raw. And then for the second round, we'll have Ilya Dragunov taking on main event Jey Uso, which is going to be classic. That's going to be a fucking classic. And while we're on the subject with main event Jey Uso, he had a qualifying match against Finn Balor since Drew McIntyre was hurt because of his elbow injury. So Jay replaced Drew in the King of the Ring tournament And him and Finn Balor definitely did their thing. Jay is always getting over with the crowd and just put on a hell of a performance. He went on to beat Finn Balor with the help of Drew McIntyre coming in and kind of interfering a bit and shit like that. And Jay ended up winning, where he's going to take on Ilya Dragunov in the second round. But here's the crazy part, though. Drew McIntyre storms backstage when he sees Adam Pearce and addressing him like, why did you take me out of the tournament and stuff like that? Like, I'm good. I take my elbow up and all that right there. Like, I'm fine. You ain't had to pull me out. Adam Pearce going to say, that's exactly my point. Like, you're injured. And the fact that you spoke to the WWE Universe addressing this injury and stuff like that, and, you know, not getting cleared from the medicals, I had no other choice but to pull you out and put Jey Uso in there. And that's what Adam Pearce was pretty much clarifying to Drew, and Drew wasn't having it. Like, listen, I don't care if I'm just banged up on my elbow, on my leg. Like, I'm just saying that at this point, but he don't give a fuck. But he's going to go out there and he's going to put on a performance regardless or so. So he was already upset with that. He told Adam Pearce, screw you. Like, I'm sick of this BS. Joe and his car spent off. As he's spinning off, who ended up coming behind him? CM Punk. And he came out and he was telling Adam Pearce, like, I just finished coming back from headquarters. I just got a lot to get off my chest. I'm going to proceed to the ring. Kara followed all the way until he got to the to the gorilla position. And when he passed some curtains onto the ramp, made his way to the ring. And CM Punk was pretty much recapping what he said last week as well, and telling Pat McAfee, like, last week, remember I told you to time me at 5 minutes and 43 seconds. He said, yeah, you was right on that mark, or actually underneath it, and all that. He told me, he said, this time, we're going to probably go a little overtime, and hopefully Drew McIntyre is going to pull up again, you know. But he's saying that he probably had a red light and probably going to scroll through his Twitter or X, whatever the case may be, and he's going to see me here. And he told everybody, told Pat, take a picture, video, whatever the case may be, post him on X, tag him in there, let him know CM Punk is there, so he could come back in there and they could square up. So that's what CM Punk was trying to, like, you know, to clarify. Now, in the midst of that, he's talking about, you know, how Drew McIntyre prayed for me to get injured, bringing back what happened in January during the Royal Rumble, and how he injured his tricep, and had to be on the shelf for quite some time. And you saw Drew saying, "Now I prayed for this and it happened. You know, I got my WrestleMania moment." And he was pretty much trying to rub it in CM Punk face. And, you know, CM Punk returned the favor. You know, he told him, like, you pray for this to happen? I pray for you to not have your WrestleMania moment. And took pretty much everything from him. So I took away your WrestleMania moment when you had the title for, like, only 5 minutes and a couple of seconds. Then the following Raw after WrestleMania, which you had a chance for a number one contender match, he ends up interfering it and caused Drew to lose. And now heading into the King of the Ring situation, you know, he had a messed up elbow, so he couldn't compete. So he did all that to say that you talk about me, you hate how I walk, you hate how I talk, you hate how I dress. Like, it's like you're obsessed with me. You're bitching and complaining and all that stuff. Like, you cannot get me out of your head. And it's because of that, you're going down this downfall that you're going in now. And CM Punk still being the man of his word, saying, I'm still going to make your life a living hell. I said, when I get mad to get clear, I'm ready to go. Or whether you show up to this arena, or if I end up going to Scotland for Clash of the Castle, he said, I'm going to show up there unexpectedly and fulfill my promise of what I said last week. Now, in the midst of him saying that too, he's still checking his watch, seeing, is he going to show up? Drew never did. Because we all know his obsession with CM Punk. This motherfucker could be out the ring. He could be in the concession stand, out the stadium, whatever the case may be. If they get a shot of him somewhere in that vicinity, Drew gonna go and try to find him come hell or high water. So I was kind of surprised that he didn't show up when CM Punk was in the ring. And, you know, he definitely, his obsession with CM Punk, like I said, is causing him to spiral down. And he has nobody to blame but himself. So I know their feud is going to be crazy. Best believe it is. And I like I said in my last video, I predict that they're gonna fight at SummerSlam because CM Punk should be ready to go, leading up to that. So I can't wait for that. I also would say Drew McIntyre just recently had a video on X of him taking the autograph photo of CM Punk and burning it. And he burned it, threw it on the ground, and that was it. So you pretty much know where he stands when it comes to that. And I'm trying to trust Drew in a sense where he's saying that if he sees CM Punk is on site and all that shit, I might disagree because you had an opportunity right there and there. He's in the ring. He called you out. He made sure to let everybody know to tag you in a photo, video, whatever the case may be, knowing that CM Punk was in that building for you to turn around and go out there and you go and handle business as you're supposed to. But clearly you ain't do that. So, you know, I can't wait for it to shit to go down. But this was an interesting Raw. I still say it wasn't on the level of how Backlash was in France. That crowd was sensational. And all the French native, like whoever was in that arena for Backlash, let me tell you something right now. Give yourself a round of applause. I got my cameras in my hand right now, but I'm giving y'all a round of applause because that is what a wrestling crowd should fucking react from start to finish. Everybody in unison. Only being 5 matches. 5 matches. And it felt like a WrestleMania moment. Every single one of them felt like a WrestleMania match. And that energy in there was through the roof. You don't see cameras. I mean, you don't see the phones on people's hands. They got it down. They're just interacting with the show. All in unison. Having their own chants. Chanting superstars' name. Just being very engaging. It's to the point where the camera was shaking so many freaking times where I'm like, yo. Like, it was bone chilling for me. Like, I was just getting goosebumps just watching that because that's the type of energy I want to surround myself around when I go to WrestleMania events or any, like, standard Raw, SmackDown events, whatever the case may be. I kind of got that night 2 of WrestleMania 40, but that has to be the energy every single week, bottom line. Because if you take a PLE event that's not the top 4 ones, like Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam, when they go international, that's a different type of energy. It's straight up hypeness, beginning to end. And even at the end, it still goes on. So I say that to say this, for my USA fans, we got to get it together. We got to get it together because they showed up and showed out way better than us. You know, I guess we're spoiled because we have it in the States pretty much the whole time. And when they do go out internationally for PLEs or live shows, or house shows and stuff like that, the crowd is just on a thousand, on a fucking thousand. So we're gonna have to be better. We're gonna have to match that energy and be up there with them, even more higher than them. Because I'm not gonna lie, they stole the show. Anytime they go international, they steal a show. And I gotta give nothing but respect to them. So much respect to this France. You know, the the French native, you know, for showing out for Backlash, man. Cause y'all put on a hell of a performance. You know, y'all was the true MVP of Backlash. And I just wanted to make that crystal clear. Even though I get a chance to recap it, I had to just bring it up. But yeah, I felt safe for this Monday Night Raw. I give it like a solid 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I mean, you had some bad matches here and there, but nevertheless, you know, it was still good to say the least. And, you know, I felt like the crowd was energetic for the most part. I can't compare them to that France crowd right there because they stole the show and tore the roof off. But like I said, it goes to show you that, you know, we have a lot of work to do and we gotta step up. Raw, SmackDowns, them top PLE shows, if they out here, we're gonna have to really showcase what we bring to the table. But nevertheless, this was a good show. I can't wait for SmackDown, you know, especially when it comes down to the men's and women's King and Queen of the Ring tournament. Also, what's gonna transpire with the Bloodline now, seeing that Tamaloa has now joined in with his brother Tamatanga and Solo. So this is going to be interesting. And I can't fucking wait. I can't fucking wait. So we'll see what happens. But I appreciate all the love and support y'all showing me. Comment down below what you think about Monday Night Raw. What you think about this Kings and Queens tournament. Who you think gonna win? I'll go on them and say I think for the men's is gonna be Gunther. For the women's, I'ma say it's tough, man. I don't know who I'm gonna put there. Some of my gut want me to say Io Sky, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to double back on that. But for the men's, I got Gunther winning. So comment down below. Let me know what you think. You know, who's gonna win the King and Queens of the Ring tournament. What you think about Monday Night Raw itself. And yeah, I would like to hear from y'all. So leave a like. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on YouTube at Jeff Reviews and all that. And subscribe to the channel. And yeah. So gonna wrap this video up and get my behind ready for work tomorrow. But I appreciate all the love and support. Roll to 100 subscribers, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next video. Salute.